Sorry, in the previous video I forgot to explain you this. So the explanation goes like this. If car is fully used for personal use and it is provided by the employer to the employee, then first car owned by the employee. If car owned by the employee, then the depreciation on the car will be coming here in the outer column. Depreciation rate is at the rate of 20% WDV. Wait, I'll write it with the pen. At the rate 20% WDV. This rate will be coming when I'll be teaching further perquisite. So don't worry. Please write it over here at the rate of 20% WDV. You don't need to take the rates as per PGBP. There are separate rate for salary. So please don't ever jumble the PGBP rate as well as the salary rate, because if you do that you will definitely end up doing the sums wrong. If the car is hired by the employer, then outer column put hiring charges. It is very simple. You don't need to do anything. Add repairs and maintenance incurred by the employer. It is a simple case. Add driver salary if paid by the employer. Add it. Less amount recovered from the employee. If any amount is recovered from the employee by the employer, then it will be less from all this, and finally you will get taxable value of perquisite. Okay, I hope it is quite clear. Now the third and the most important part, which is highly asked in the question, is car used for partly personal use and partly office use. It is divided into two parts. Firstly, if car owned by employer, first we'll take employer only first. If car owned by employee, so first of all we'll draw one more chart over here. Please write R and M. R and M means repairs and maintenance incurred by employee. Then taxable value of perquisites will be, firstly it is divided into two. Why it is divided into two? If engine capacity is 1600 cc, that is up to 1600 cc, then taxable value of perquisite, directly taxable value of perquisite is equal to 600 per month. If engine capacity, that is engine cubic capacity, is cc means cubic capacity, is more than 1600 and between 2400 cc, then taxable value of perquisite, that is more than 1600 and less than 2400 or equal to 2400 or more than 2400, whatever the case is, taxable value of perquisite will be 900 per month. 900 per month. That is, if in the question it is clearly given to you that car is owned by the employer and repairs and maintenance are done by the employee and some expenses are shown, you don't need to see anything, and expenses like repairs and maintenance incurred by the employee, say it is incurred, wait, let me bring my calci. If repairs and maintenance incurred by the employee is said, say around 9,000, is given in the question to you, so you don't need to take that 9,000. The taxable value of the perquisite will be, if 1600 cc, it will be 600 into 12, it is 7,200. So outer column, directly taxable value of the perquisite will be 7,200 and not 9,000. It won't be like that, 9,000 less 7,200 and in the outer column the remaining amount. No, directly 7,200, because it is taxable value of perquisite directly 600 into 12. If more than 1600 but up to 2400 or more than 2400, then it will be like this: 900 into 12, that comes to 10,800. Outer column it will go 10,800 directly. Okay, I hope you all are understanding it. If repairs and maintenance incurred by the employer, which means if car owned by the employer and repairs and maintenance are also done by the employer, then again same chart will be drawn. Firstly, if engine capacity is 1600 cc, that is up to, I'll write up to 1600 cc, then again taxable value of perquisite is equal to rupees 1800 per month. If engine capacity is between 1600, that is above 1600 to 2400 cc, then taxable value of perquisite is equal to rupees 2400 per month. As simple as that. The chart is not yet complete. Please don't write now. I am writing it in a shabby manner. Please, you all please arrange it properly. See, there is a space between this, so shrink it little bit and take this part also little in. Okay, I'm sorry for my shabby handwriting. I hope it won't matter you a lot. The important part is this, what I am teaching. Now, car owned by the employee. If car owned by the employee, again two cases: repairs and maintenance incurred by employee only. If car is owned by him and repairs and maintenance also owned by him, then ignore. Then simply ignore it. You have to do no effect on it. Now, if car is owned by the employee and repairs and maintenance is incurred by the employer, wait, I'll write it properly, employer, then how to account it? See, there is again a chart. Okay, wait, I'll write it here. Up to 1600 cc, rupees 1800 per month. To 1600 cc to 2400 cc, rupees 2000 per month. But this is not the taxable value of perquisite, this is exemption. Okay, how we have to account it? See, repairs and maintenance incurred by employer less exemption. So if the employer has incurred an expenses of rupees, say 24,000, so it's an example, 24,000, wait, 24,000 less exemption will be how? If it is 1600 cc, then 1800 into 12, 1800 into 12 comes to rupees 21,600. And so finally taxable value of perquisite will be xx less x comes to taxable value of perquisite. I hope this is quite clear to you all. So 24,000, that comes to 2,400. So therefore taxable value of perquisite is 2,400. Similarly, if 24,000 expenses were incurred by the employer, then if if the engine cubic capacity was more than 1600 to 2400 cc, then 2400 would have been exempt into 12, that is 28,800. Therefore the entire amount of 24,000 would have been exempt, so taxable value of perquisite would have been 0. I hope this was quite lengthy. This is very important, please write very important, because there are many sums on this in salary. So firstly, pause the video till here. Oh, wait, it won't be good if you pause the video till here. Okay, pause the video. Pause the video and copy this much first. I hope you all have paused the video and copied that much. Please copy the remaining part this. Okay.